Hello, my name is Dave Russell. I'm a student at Mid-America Christian University in the Christian Ministries program. I'd like to talk to you today about the topic of plagiarism. The purpose of my video is to discuss the differences, if any, between plagiarism from the pulpit and plagiarism in the academic world. I will share an example of each type of plagiarism and then conclude with some remarks of my own. According to the online version of the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the definition of plagiarism is to use the words or ideas of another person as if they were your own words or ideas. In the first example is from an article published in Christianity Today in December 2012, authored by Kate Tracy. Tracy reports on a story where the pastor of the Mars Hill Church, Mark Driscoll, was accused of plagiarism when he copied paragraphs from a commentary and did not cite the commentary as the source of the information in his book, A Call to Resurgence, and in his commentary, Trial, 8 Witnesses from 1st and 2nd Peter. The accusation was made by radio talk show host Janet Mefford during an interview that she had with Driscoll on her radio program. Christianity Today followed the story and published additional articles which ultimately led to the denial of Driscoll being able to participate in some conferences outside the church. Mefford also apologized for the way that she handled the issue, and one of Mefford's part-time producers resigned her position because of the issue. The controversy that resulted from the issue itself led to sharp divisions on both sides, leading supporters and critics of Driscoll to comment publicly expressing their respective opinions. Unfortunately, lost in all of this controversy was the message of the kingdom. In the second example, Richard Land, president of the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission of Southern Baptist Convention, hosted a radio talk show host sponsored by the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission. According to an article published in the April 2012 issue of Christianity Today by Morgan Fetters, Richard Land made comments about the Trayvon Martin killing on his radio show that led to accusations of plagiarism. Doctoral candidate student Aaron Weaver from Baylor University accused Land of taking some of his radio comments from an article that was printed in the Washington Times and not crediting the Washington Times on his radio program. Land, who initially stood by his comments, later requested an investigation by the very ethics commission that he was the president of, and as a result of the investigation, Land was later reprimanded, he lost his radio show, and he retired. So in conclusion, what can we learn from these two sad stories? Number one, there is no difference between academic plagiarism and plagiarism from the pulpit, or whatever platform you may have. Number two, the message of the kingdom gets lost in the controversy that's created by the messenger. In Proverbs 16:18, God's word says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." That's the New King James Version. I can't get into the mind of either of these two gentlemen who are accused of plagiarism, but I wonder if one of the temptations might be that taking credit for the work of another and not citing them makes the presenter seem more authoritative. It reminds me of what happened in the Garden of Eden when Satan responded to Eve when she questioned Satan's temptation to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. In Genesis 3:5, Satan said to her, "For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." That also is the New King James Version. Every time that we commit a sin, ultimately what we are saying to God is, "I know what is better for my life more than you do." It's important that God's messengers have integrity and speak with authority. No one knows everything about a given subject, and study and research make the messenger informed to deliver God's message. Don't diminish God's message by neglecting to credit your research sources. Thank you very much.